Hello and welcome to IndiaBet. Today we're going to look at the Kolkata Knight Riders 2013 IPL betting preview. Now, the Kolkata Knight Riders are the reigning champions, and at the end of last season a lot of people didn't really think they quite deserved that title. They scraped through into the last four, and then but then to their credit they played seriously well in the final, and they will be a force to reckon with this season, particularly with news that the Delhi Daredevils have lost Kevin Peterson, Chris Gale, not necessarily on the best of form. The batting lineup is going to be everything for the Kolkata Knight Riders. With Gautam Gambhir, their captain, he's been out of form in the tests, and that is a worry, but as we all know, the test format of the game is very different to IPL cricket. And 2020 cricket, if Gautam Gambhir comes into this tournament in form and plays captain's innings and really runs the ship, Kolkata Knight Riders will most certainly be in the shake-up. Other players, they've got Jacques Kallis, Owen Morgan, and the only real worry for the Kolkata Knight Riders is they've got too much strength in their overseas players, and they're going to have to start rotating that side around. In the bowling department, they have Sunil Narine, and what a bowler. I mean, quite a stunning bowler who really kept those scores down and bowled to the death, bowled the opening overs for Kolkata Knight Riders last season, and he'll have to do that again this season, because bowling is so important in the IPL. It's so essential, and people really underrate it. Sunil Narine is almost certainly, for me at least, the most valuable player in the IPL, even over and above Christopher Gale. So, who are the other bowlers? And this is a big issue because you're going to need 4 bowlers in every single game, and that isn't. They've got Balaji, they've got a few up-and-coming domestic players, but no one with the real strength of Narine. Yusuf Pathan can take wickets, but really wickets aren't essential in IPL. And Pathan seems to go and is very expensive, and you can undo that really tight bowling of Narine. The other really essential bowler for the Kolkata Knight Riders is Brett Lee, and what a player. But is he too old? For Brett Lee to be storming in and bowling 4 or 5 overs every single game, is that too much? I mean, he's going to get knackered and they're going to have to rotate him. Owen Morgan, meanwhile, in the batting department, a great, solid player. He came out and batted excellently for England in the 2020s at the end of England's tour of India, and he will be in the Indians' mind. They know about him now, and I really think he's going to go into this tournament wanting to get some game time, and I'd be surprised if he doesn't. The final overseas player is Brendan McCullum, and what a wicketkeeper batsman, really adding strength to that side. The batting lineup, as I've said before, is very strong. But again, he's an overseas player, and the worry is that all, with the exception of a few players, all these big names, they can't be played all at the same time because of the player restrictions. And so Kolkata Knight Riders are going to have to really be quite clever about how they rotate their overseas players, and they're going to also really need to bring in some bowling to help support the likes of Sunil Narine. And Balaji maybe could be the player to really do that, because Brett Lee's not going to be able to bowl every match, and if he does, he's going to be exhausted and could become ineffective. They really should, if they come together and work as a team, and as I say, if Gautam Gambhir really pulls that team together as captain, then they will be up there and they will be in the shake-up. The price at the moment is 9-2 with William Hill, and I think that's too short. 9-2 in a game, in a tournament which comes down to a bit of a lottery actually. If you're in the last floor, you've got the playoffs and you've got the qualifiers, and then the final in and of itself, the final itself is likely to be evens both sides, and so you're really not getting much juice in that 9-2. And for me, I can't back them, but it's going to be fascinating to see how they do this season, and wow, it would be impressive if they managed to retain the title. So, there we have it. Kolkata Knight Riders, reigning champions, excellent team. If you're supporting them, good luck, and there are going to be some classic games played at Eden Garden this year. Many thanks.